Speed check, flaps, 0. Nice. Hello YouTube, and a very warm welcome back to the channel. Today you join us in the FSLabs A321Neo in the JetBlue Skiller Scheme here down in New York on a beautiful sunset on stand 514 or Delta 14 on the JetBlue terminal, and we are going to be taking this A321Neo across to Edinburgh, across in Scotland. We are currently on the ground. We're connected to VATSIM. There is no ATC here at this moment in time, and we are pretty much going to see where this takes us. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. And welcome inside the flight deck of JetBlue 73. Service from JFK over to Edinburgh. We're in a cool and dark panel state with just the batteries on, bit of lighting. Other than that, nothing else. So let's get her prepped, let's get across, and we are due to get out of here for about, half past. Well, not about half past, about quarter past 2. So let's go ahead, let's jump into the flight deck and let's get this going. So jump over into the FO seat. So we've already done our preliminary checks with our throttles and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and we will start grabbing the route and getting her in. So let's come down to the duck do's and we can get these turned on. So turn up the first officer, turn up the second officer, well, the captains. We'll turn on the DCDUs, and we can turn on these as well. So perfect. Right, let's go ahead and we will go to ATSU. I like to have ATSU on this side, works fairly well for us, so that'll be good. So in the request, and then we are, as I say, we're JetBlue 73 for today. We're going to go have a look at the OFP on the tablet. It's just that we need to initialize it first via this way. So before we can see the briefing and all that on the our tablets and our iPads. So that's fine. So JetBlue 73, JFK over to Edinburgh, 6 hours and 6 minutes. So now this has been put in, let's go ahead and we will brief ourselves over here on the tablet. So on the tablet, we'll go to briefing, and we'll let her load. So we are JetBlue 73 on the 26th of June 2026, JFK to Edinburgh, and we will just take her from here. So our flight number, JetBlue 73, 26th of January 2026, OFP version 1, JFK Edinburgh, and we're in the registration of November 4083 Juliet, A321Neo, and we've got an alternate of Prestwick. We do also have a secondary alternate depending on the weather in Prestwick on the other side. We also have Birmingham in place, so that's all good there. Standard instrument departures at 1:33. We're going to ignore that. We are due to get out of here for about quarter past because we will be delayed on the ground. It's just what time I generated the OFP in around. I totally forgot to change all that, as you do, but I've done it all on the VATSIM side, so other than that, it's fine. We got dispatched via Grims from someone called Marlon Grims, and that was fine. So coming down, so we need a total of 40.8. Now, we are at JFK. It's actually not too bad on VATSIM here in JFK right now, but doesn't mean to say that it's going to start getting a bit busy. Obviously, at the time of you guys watching this, we also have the World Cup going on, so a lot of people might not be flying right now, and they're probably watching the World Cup into the evening over here in the States, especially on the East Coast. So we'll take that to our advantage. So it's wanting us to take 40.8. I do see us wanting to take a bit more, just due to the long taxi and any traffic that might get in our way in terms of us holding round the taxiways as we go all the way around. So let's take 41.3 for today, so just to be comfortable. So we've got 124 passengers for today with 5,816 pounds of cargo. Cost index of 35 for today, and we are going to be cruising at flight level 330 for this entire route across the Oceanic. Here's our routing for the day. So JFK, direct Betty, direct Arc, direct Vuitton, and then we get onto the airways, and then it's across the Oceanic, and then into Edinburgh on the other side. Flight level 330, we've got Prestwick, but we also have Birmingham in place if we need it, which hopefully we shouldn't at all. So short proposed climb 394, top of climb is 394, DSC is 392, alternate Prestwick, and number 2 alternate is Birmingham, as I say. So that is all fine down there. Let's go ahead and have a look at the winds across the States and then over the Oceanic. So here is our weather map. So, and then with our routing. So here's our routing going across the Oceanic. So out of JFK, looking to be going off of 13s right now. So it's going to be kind of a long taxi all the way around, and then we'll be departing to the east and then travelling north up towards Canada a little bit, and then all the way out over the Oceanic via a custom NatTrack routing, which I will show you in the cruise of how we file the NatTracks on VATSIM once we get closer to our Oceanic entry points. Weather for today, we have quite a bit, so let's go a little bit closer. So we got a jet stream right here, which goes all the way up to flight level 360. We're below it, we're cruising flight level 330, so this is a nil factor for us. We have CBs at flight level 330 to our south. We've got CBs here at 260, which is our highest, which is fine, we're way below them. We've got a bit of moderate turbulence as well on number 1, which is obviously this. Goes from 160 all the way up to flight level 400. We'll probably breeze it here on our left side of the airframe, try to push us to the south, but other than that we'll be fine. On the other side, once we get to the UK and into Shanwick Airspace, we have a bit of moderate and 2 moderate turbulences again as well. So jet stream again pushing us from the south to the north over here, and then we then clear the jet stream, continue on, and then we've got a bit of CBs and some cloud as we descend into Edinburgh on the other side. Other than that, I do not see anything that's going to cause us any nil factor. So let's go ahead, let's go down to the ducto again, and we'll order our fuel for 41.3 tons. So with it being the FSLabs, it's got full GSX integration. So we want to come to OFP data. So right now it says 40.8. We want 41,300. Put that in. Taxi fuel is 98, and trip fuel is 33,501, which is fine. We'll clear this out, and we will then do, because it's saying 0133 is because I'm thinking we're in, I forgot to change the time from Zulu to, because obviously how SimBrief does it is it's done by Zulu time. Well, no, it's done by Zulu time, and I forgot to change it. So that's fine. So via GSX, we'll send that across, and then once that's been sent, we can then go ahead and do what we need to up here. So we can put my name in here, which is Beeden. We are getting served by JetBlue on the ground, and then the second one here is going to be for our fuel, and then this supplies for on the other side. We'll go ahead here. This is just our first AOC message, which is all good. Right, with that being said, we'll go ahead and we will come up to the overhead. So emergency lights can come on, no smoking can come on, cruise supply can come on, and that's not going to work. And then we'll go nav 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Kennedy traffic on left base for runway 22 left, 5 miles from Rossley.
Perfect. Right, so that's all doing its thing up there. We'll go ahead and come down into the FO's duct now, and we'll do everything in here. So we are in the Pratt & Whitney today with the JetBlue colours on the 11th of June 2026 to the 8th of July 2026 as well. JetBlue 12606 and all that's good as well. We can go over here, make sure that these are going to align, which they are, and our GPS is aligning as well. Perfect. And then our route, so JFK to Edinburgh via Prestwick, JetBlue 73, cost index 35, flight level 330, and we have a minus temperature of, let me just have a look at our OFP because it's not going to be minus 50 because this is what it just randomly does. Our highest is minus 46 for today, so perfect. IRS alignment, we'll align on ref, and we will then uplink all the winds. Dropables can be cleared, and we've got a ground temperature of 24 degrees as well. Perfect. What we can do is we can go grab an ATIS and weather out of here. Let me just make sure there's no ATC. There is no ATC because then we would have just pressed this departure ATIS, but we have to go via this way. So grab the meter out of here via JFK, and then we can get some weather info for today's routing. So weather JFK, so we've got winds at 190 at 12, 10 statute miles, scattered at 8,000 feet, scattered at 110, broken at flight level 250, 24 degrees, and 290 for our altimeter. So perfect. So departure runway, as a 13 right, and we will be going out of here via the Kennedy 5 departure as per our OFP. With radar vectors to Betty and then as filed, and then obviously we'll just climb via the SID, which we'll have a look at the chart here momentarily. I just know that it's Kennedy 5, you don't use the other one. The DES is to go westbound, out towards like Chicago, San Francisco, Denver, that sort of direction. Edinburgh, we're looking at ILS runway 06 at this moment in time according to our OFP, with the Tunzo 1 Echo via Tala, so we'll put that in as well, just to get numbers so then we can cross-reference it with our OFP as well. Once the flight plan's been done, we'll come to the navs. These are empty and free tuning. Secondary flight plan we'll copy, and from here we will then return back to JFK. And they are landing ILS 13 left, none of that. And ooh, what fix are we going to be on for this? What fix? So we'll import that, we'll go to JFK, we'll go to approach, and we want ILS 13 left. We want it in dark mode, thank you very much, via cover. Perfect. Good. So if we spuddle that out, that's fine because we'll just get radar vectors back to the field and then in via direct over and then all the way in. Perfect. Good. We can just clean this up a little bit, to be honest with you, because I don't know why it's still got the Edinburgh in here. But we can... Oh, you're not actually allowed to clear that. That's fine. Good. We'll check for any route discontinuities in here other than this manual, and then we go out via Betty and then out to there after that. So onto the Oceanics and then in via there. Perfect. Good. Now that that's on the go, we've got fuel coming on board as well, which is going to take us a while. We'll go ahead and we'll do the boarding segment as well. So, what time is it right now? 0036. Let's do 0045. So we'll do it in the next 10 minutes, because then that should give us plenty of fuel on board. We've also been given our squawk as well via auto ATC on VATSIM. That's one of the joys of flying in the States, is if you connect on the ground in a US airfield and there is no tower or controllers online, auto ATC, which is an automated AI, will automatically ping you with a squawk, so then you are then able to be identified compared to how it is in Europe. So we are looking to squawk 7156 into there. What I will do is I'll keep this page open on this side, and then I'll control it, the comms on this side, just to be a little bit more devious on it. And then we're just waiting. So we have a pretty long process when it comes to refueling here in New York, because we're asking for like £40,000 of fuel and we're only at 10,000, so we've got like another 30,000 to go. But it's all good. We've got plenty of time. So now we've got GPS as primary, which is perfect as well. We could do KJFK, 13 right, which will give us that, which is perfect. Radio nav should be coming in, which is good. And we can also then start figuring out our performance as well. Have we got a load sheet? We do. We've got a preliminary load sheet. Perfect. So preliminary load sheet, Endo 1, 21st of June 2026, JFK, Edinburgh, November 404 Bravo, 4048 Juliet, 285, 0 fuel weight 139.3, max takeoff 179.6, 34.1, 20.6, 100 war, everything's good. 41.3 has been ordered. Good. So we can take these figures. So we're looking at 179.6 with 28.6. So what we can do is we can take these figures along with our weather data, which is 190 at 12. We can then take that, go into the performance request, do 13 right. We'll be taking the full length. We're not going to plan for any intersections. Packs will be on. Winds are 190 at 12. Altimeters 2990. Temperature 24. We'll do optimum, and then we're 179.6 with 28.6. Perfect. We'll ping that across. We'll get us some preliminary data. We can do a final one during our taxi out to see if anything needs changed once we've got our final weights and numbers, just to help combat that. While we're waiting for that, we will go ahead and look at our departure set. So, as I say, we're out here via the Kennedy 5 departure, out of Kennedy today, 13 right, so we'll be departing straight out, direct Betty, but Betty's all the way over here, so fly straight out, runway heading, till about 2000 or 1100, and then we'll make a left hand turn, direct Betty. We have an initial climb of 5,000 feet out of here, and actually we could just probably go off of this actually. Yeah, climb on assigned heading, which is going to be runway heading anyway, so be nice and easy on that one. And then obviously 5,000. So let's go ahead and we will prep that in. along with everything else over here. So 5,000 is dialed, and obviously we will pull this, and we need runway heading, which is going to be what is runway heading of 13s? Let me see. 134. Perfect. Right, 134 is in. Boarding's about to start here momentarily as well. We've got about 80, almost 18.5 pounds of fuel on board out of the 41.3 thousand pounds of fuel that we need. And we have got our performance back. So our preliminary performance, we have full length, runway 13 right, flaps 1 with no shift, 163, 166, 166, which then gives us a clean of 232. Okay. They're just preliminary figures. We will put them in for our push, but then, as I say, we will go back in and use our final load figures to see if anything really changes. Once we've got like our full weight, our boarding's complete, all our fuel's on board, and we are good to go from there. So at this moment in time, there is not much we can do other than just wait. So I'm going to put you into a little bit of a cinematic with a little bit of music at this stage while we wait, and I will come back to you once we are, closer to the end of boarding. So enjoy the music, enjoy the vibes, and I'll speak to you guys very, very soon. Right, and welcome back. Let's take a look and see how we're getting on. So we have 41.3 pounds of fuel on board, so we are fully loaded with fuel now. So we can go ahead and start firing up stuff. So we can go ahead, fire up the APU, and get that firing up. As we wait for baggage and the fuel truck to disappear, we can go ahead and put in our figures while we wait for that to come across. So we'll go to preliminary load sheet, we'll go to the NAB page, and we'll start putting this in. So we have a zero fuel weight of 139.3, so 139.3 with 34.1. And cross-reference that with our OFP, which is 138.7. So we've got an additional, what, 500, 600 odd, which is fine because then it coincides with our fuel that we've took additional. Fuel 41.3, which we can cross-check up here, which is correct as well. So 41.3, and we'll let this all come in. Taxi fuel for our taxi out is a ton. Alternate fuel, which is to Prestwick because it's our first alternate and our primary alternate, we're looking at 2.4, and our reserves is 2.2, which is perfect in there as well. Now what we need to do is come across to here because we've just had our fuel load sheet come in. So 11,554 is what we started with. We've got 41.3. So we'll put that in there. 41.3, 41.3. Fuel difference is 0, and we were operated by Shell. So we can take that Shell and we'll go back into here as part of our load sheet and our supplier. So we had a fuel supplier of Shell. We've got ground handling by JetBlue. And then obviously I don't know what we'll get on the other side. We might get Menzies on the other side or Swissport on the other side when we get into Edinburgh. So that's all good. We now have APU available, so we now need 2 minutes on that. And now that we've got our NB done, we can come ahead and come to performance, and then we could do our performance, which is our initial performance as well. So let's, what are we in? We are in load sheet right now, which we do not want to be. We want to be in our performance calculator. So runway 13 right, runway 13 right, confirmed, no shift, flaps 1, flex of 56, and then we've got V speeds of 163, 166, 166, and then we've got a clean of 232 here, 232. Perfect. Matches with our info here. As I say, we will regenerate this performance once we push back and we're on our taxi to runway 13 right threshold, just to see if we need to increase anything when our final load sheet comes through. Now that that's all in, we're all good there. We're just waiting on our APU before we start sending it through the cabin. There will be fumes into the cabin to our passengers. We're just waiting on baggage now, and then we'll be good to go after that. So we'll start clearing away some of this now, and we will get some taxi route charts up. So we're all the way over here in the corner on the Delta terminal for the JetBlue terminal. So we're going to be pushing back. We're going to have to taxi out via Foxtrot Alpha, and then all the way down. Actually, are they using the inners or the outers? I think it is the inners that we use for taxiing out, because it is a whole one-way system here. I believe it is inners. I mean, it's fine. We'll see other bits of traffic, but I believe it's inners because you use the Bravos for coming inbound. so that's fine. Beautiful sunset happening. Beautiful clear blue skies. We just had a departure go out as well. Wonder where he's off to and who it is. So it's all good there. Come up in 3 minutes for the bleed. So we'll be able to switch that over. And then there's over 3 minutes. Go to the bleed. Drop the external. Do not turn on the beacon because it's got GSX synchronization and we're not ready to connect the tug just yet. Because we're still boarding luggage. So we'll give it a little moment. But we'll get everything else ready to go down here. We're in New York, we're in the cul-de-sac. We're not on a main taxiway, so we don't need transponder on yet until we are leaving the apron / cul-de-sac, so we're all good there. This is all good. We can do our preliminary checklist then, which is a cockpit prep checklist. So, actually, no, we can't because. Actually, no, we can. We could go to the line. So, fuel quantity 4,180 pounds of fuel, which is evenly distributed across 3 tanks. ADARS and nav. Flight plan and FCU is both set and nav. Well, both set with heading. Passenger signs are on and auto. Altimeters are tuning and a 0. Tuning and a 0, tuning and a 0, course checked, and we're about 30 feet. Parking brake is set with the chocks. Transponder is not on and not required. And departure brief is we're departing runway 13 right, Kennedy 5 departure, runway heading to 5,000 on the heading of 134. Once passing 1,500 feet, we'll make a left-hand turn and fly direct Betry, and then climb further up to flight level 330 for our final cruise. And that is the before start checklist to the line. It's now complete. So we're good. So now we just wait. Baggage is not going to take that much longer, and we might actually get out of here on time. To be honest, are we going to be out with the real thing though? Let me go check. Let me check that information. She's live. She's on the ground. She's on the ground, but she's not on the stand that we're currently on, which she was planned to go off of. But it's fine. You know, things happen, things change, stands change. So, perfectly fine there. Doors are now closed, so beacon light can come on. That's all off. And we'll go ahead and start disconnecting everything. So, the packer can come off. GPU can come off, and so can the chocks. And then we can bring back up the checklist. And then with that, we will go ahead and we will get the departure on the go. So push back. We want nose to the right, facing east on inner 4. We've got a company message as well, which will be our final load sheet, which we will have to grab some figures from, which we'll do momentarily. We just need to get GSX in motion for pushback, if she would like to prepare for pushback and departure. Perfect. Good. Right. So we can do the before start checklist below the line. So logbook is both checked and numbered. Emails both checked and cleared. Nose wheel steering is disconnected. Well, actually, we don't have nose wheel steering yet on the ECAM.
Grounded cockpit. We're going to start connecting the tug now. Confirm parker brake set.
You are very, very loud. Ground. But parker brake set, yes. That was very loud. GSX. Mr. Ground Handler. Why are you loud? I was going to check. Oh, I was going to check our maintenance page. I'll wait for that to go green.
All right, Captain. Bypass pin is inserted, and the tug is connected. We're ready to push at your discretion.
Come on. I want tech log. Tech log is just from forward galley oven trays. That's fine. We could just clear that defect. It's all good. Good. We've now got nose wheel steering disconnected as green, which is good. Doors and slides closed and armed. Thrust levers are idle, and cockpit door is closed and
locking the gear now.
Locked. Perfect. That is the before start checklist. Below the line is complete. So start sequence will be 1 then 2 for today. While we are, well, wait till we start pushing, and then we can do everything else down here that we need to do. Is this going to go from here because I couldn't get it down there? Oh. No, it's right.
Alright guys, please release the parking brake.
Brakes coming off.
Pushing now. Alright, aircraft is clear. You can start the engines at your discretion.
Roger, our start sequence will be 1 and 2. Right, so nav. I'll put that to start. Wait for the pressure. And start number 1. And we'll just wait for these Pratt & Whitneys to roll up. I forget where spot 4 actually is.
Set park and brake, please.
Park and brake is set.
All right, Captain. Bypass pin is inserted.
And we've got engine 1 alive. Perfect. We can go ahead and jog the ground.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Stand by. We're unlocking the gear.
Turn it down the PA now. We don't need them. Floodlights are a little bit on the bright side.
Tug is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Wait for signal on the side. Have a good flight.
Get a match.
Okay, our trucks are clear. We're disconnecting you now. Have a good flight.
Avail. Perfect. Right, clean up. So, at flaps 1. .2. About there. Perfect. Right, we'll do our checks. So, rudder right, rudder left. I think that's moving. Yeah, rudder right, rudder left. Just couldn't tell if it's realistic because it wasn't doing nothing. Left. All right. Pull up. Pull down. Neutral. Perfect. And then we can bring this checklist up, and then we'll do everything down there. So after start checklist, anti-ice is off and not required. ECAM status is checked. Rudder trim is 0 with 27.2 down. After start checklist is complete. So we'll now taxi out. So we're going to taxi out via Alpha and then all the way around. So that should be easy. So brakes off. We'll give her a bit of a helping hand. Is that an Air China? Oh no, it's not, it's a cargo. Wait, it's Air China. Wait, is that Air China cargo? Right, and then as we get ready to go into Alpha, we will go ahead and we'll switch that to auto with Tara. Or left, or right. Not that not that anyone should be on our right hand side anyway, coming in on Alpha, but you never know. Beautiful. Right, let's come down to here and grab some numbers. So, 179.2 with 27.4. Then we'll go grab a weather for JFK again, just real quick. That's why we're taxiing out, so we can get the latest winds and any changes on the altimeter as we're taxiing out here. There's 299.4 now. Oh wait, yeah, 299.4. 299.4, and then winds are 190.5. So winds have died down now a bit. Just make sure that we're not going too quick down this taxiway. Well, we'll do our performance real quick again. So we've got 13 right. No intersections, none of that. 190.5. 21 degrees now. 2994. No toga optimal 179.2 and 27.4. Perfect. Right, we'll send that across. And it'll be good. So we'll just follow Alpha all the way around, pretty much. So we've got brake max blue, climb blue, heading green, 5000 blue, 299 30 feet, 163 blue, 166 magenta, and we'll do the before takeoff checklist. So, to the line, of course. So before takeoff checklist to the line, which is also the before taxi, which is the taxi checklist. Flaps are config 1 plus F is green. V speeds are being finalised, so we'll wait for that actually, because otherwise we will run into a bit of an issue with that. We'll wait for the company message to come through just to finalise our speeds. And there's our company message now. Performance, company message, so 13 right, 13 right, flaps 1, 58 now. And we've got speeds of 163, 165, 165, so we're down by 1. Which gives us a clean of 232. 231. That's fine. 232, 231. That's fine. Perfect. All good there. Slow it down a little bit there. So V speeds are runway 13 right from the full length. No shift, flaps 1, 58, 163, 165, 165. It's all in now, and it's been corresponds to our PFD now of 163, 165. But before trim is 0.5 down at 27.2 degrees. Flight controls are checked and free. Flight directors 1 and 2 is white, and ECAM takeoff memo is takeoff no blue. Perfect. So we are at Mike. Still got a bit to go down this taxiway. Let's say we're only actually we should be coming up to Bravo then Mike. Wait, where are we? Oh, Mike's only here. Oh, we've got Mike Alpha. Okay, yeah, we're still got quite a bit to go. Let's say a nice long taxi out of here, bound for Edinburgh. No idea why this is saying ground services requested when we've not requested any ground services. Oh, it was probably because of the pushback, because I had to push back from the tablet rather than the duck do, because it kind of got stuck. So that's probably what that's from. But it's all good. Right, so we're coming up to this little kink here. And we'll just let her roll all the way down. I've never departed from JFK at around this time of the night. Never done it. I've never seen a sunset departure out of JFK. Kind of quite nice, to be honest. So coming up for Papa Bravo, which is right here. So we want Papa. We could take Papa Echo, to be honest. We don't need Papa Fox. We could take Papa Echo to get ourselves out of here. Can go grab the SID now, which is going to be the Kennedy 5, and then we'll go back to the checklist because we're going to need the before takeoff checklist below the line. Papa Echo. Just turn this on and put this onto the brief for the captain side. Papa Echo, only 13 right. Beautiful. So we've got someone taxiing down just now on our left hand side, nothing coming in on our right hand side, so we'll go ahead and bring all the lights on. So line up checklist. So before takeoff checklist below the line, departure changes, no change, runway 13 right, Papa Echo intersection, takeoff brief is complete, cabin report is advised, and packs are on and normal with the APUs off. So before takeoff checklist below the line is complete. Okay, brother, what do you want to do right now? Oh, it's because I'm tapping the brakes. That's fine. Perfect. Right, nose wheel steering off, and we will then set 25%. Chrono. Manflex 58 SRS runway auto thrust. Ignoring that warning on the ECAM, saying the thrust levels are not set even though we're flexing, not toggling. And it cleared 100 knots. B1. Rotate. Valerie, get up. Open climb. Plus climb, open climb. Right. And autopilot 2. Perfect. Left heading 110. Speed check, flaps 0. Ground spoilers disarmed. And then we'll do the after takeoff checklist. Landing gear is up, lights are out, flaps are 0, packs are on. And that is the after takeoff checklist is complete. Speed out star. It says we've got no ATC, we'll continue to climb up. So we'll open climb it and we'll climb flight level 220 initially, just in case any ATC does come online. So first climb, open climb, alt blue, 22,000 blue. Complete sterile cockpit until passing 10,000 on the climb out here. And we've still got landing lights on as well because we're in the United States, which means the landing lights have to be on below 10,000. Some airlines and some pilots do it all the way up to 18,000, which is transition altitude, but we'll just do it up to the 10,000 feet because then we'll start increasing thrust and power to climb at a faster rate. What we'll also do is we'll go direct battery. So we'll put that in now, so then we'll go nav. And 10,000. Lights out. And away we go. Turn that dome on. And then we'll do a clean up down here. So we'll do Edinburgh, which is EGPH. We won't put it in the runway because I feel like it's going to change compared to what our dispatcher gave us. Secondary flight plan. Copy the active now because we're no longer having to go back. Performance is all okay. GPS is all okay in tracking. But one thing to keep an eye on inside our progress is just this altitude stuff. So we're cruising level 330, our optimum's 330, but our max is 362. So we're going to be right in our optimum all the way, which is perfect. No bumps, no crans. 24 on the winds right there, pretty much a direct tailwind, so I feel I'm happy to release the passengers. So there you have it. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed that nighttime departure out of Kennedy. I sure did, once in a lifetime. But yeah, I'm going to let this cruise and climb all the way up to cruise, which we're going to dial in just now, flight level 330, and then I'm going to put in some music. I'm going to let you guys chill with the cinematics. But yeah, if you have watched up to this point and you have enjoyed the content, be sure to drop a subscribe, drop a like, drop a comment. It's all free. It helps boost the channel, helps engage with the channel and get the content out there to more eyes. We're getting very, very close to 500 subs here on the channel, so appreciate all the love, all the support, and yeah, I'll speak to you guys very, very soon. Till then, enjoy the cruise, enjoy the music, and I'll talk to you guys when we get a bit more closer to the Oceanic and show you how we do the Oceanic procedure on the VATSIM network. So until then, speak to you guys very, very soon. Welcome back to the flight deck. So, as you can see, we are 662 nautical miles away, arriving at 3:32 AM inbound Relic. Relic is our first entry point into the Oceanic. So let me go ahead and we will bring the Oceanic stuff across. So, this is the VATSIM NatTrack website, which is nattrack.vatsim.net. This is where you've got to put in all your Oceanic stuff in terms of your Oceanic waypoints and stuff like that. So, if we go to request clearance, obviously if ATC was online, you would have to fill this out, but obviously we'll fill it out just before everything like that. So, minimum, well, maximum cruising altitude and our minimum, which is 330 because we can't go any higher. And we will move this to the side just so then I can go grab some other stuff. So our MAC is 779, so we are 779. We have a custom routing. Obviously I will bring this across for you guys once I have filled it out. So we're out by a Relic to then 46 north 50 west, 48 north 40 west, 50 north 30 west, 51 north 20 west, and Adara. And then we will then be leaving via Lekva. We are coming in via Gander, our entry fix, which is Relic, and then we are estimating 0332 TMI, which is 173, and we have ADS-B. So let me bring this back across for you so you can see. So we're JetBlue 73, destination of Edinburgh, flight level 330, maximum 330, we cannot go any higher than that. Max 779, which is what is on our PFD. If we had any of these routings, we would just select it, but because we have a custom routing, we've just added in all the waypoints for us. So we're coming via Relic, then go to 46 north 50 west, 48 north 40 west, 50 north 30 west, 51 north 20 west, Adara, then Lekva. Coming in via Gander, our entry point is Relic, and we're estimating 0332, which obviously we got from our PFD right here. Well, our nav display up here as well, or you can get it from the MCDU as well. 173, because that's at the top of the page, and then obviously we are ADS-B prominent, so what we'll do is we'll just press submit. Oh, wait. We need to change that, so we'll do 0779. Data link authority blank. Why is data link authority blank? What does that mean? Cancel tour. The target data link authority ID required is blank. No? One seven three ADS-B. Let me just remove this free text. Some input is incorrect. Well, it's not, because it is literally all here. Gander. Ah, there we go. Now it went through. So yeah, so we have sent off our Oceanic request, and we are, it has been received. Continue to monitor that track until entering. So what you would do is you would just have this open on another display or another monitor, or just in the background, where then you will get another message come through to give you your full clearance and say you're cleared. I don't know if it's going to give me it while we're here, but yeah. So what I'll do is I'll just pull this onto my other screen, and I'll just monitor it as we cruise across the oceanic here. So we've got a little bit. We've got like over an hour before we start hitting oceanic, but we're progressing quite well. So I'll let you guys get back to the music, and I will speak to you guys again when or if we get an ATC crossing the Atlantic. So speak to you guys very, very soon. Welcome back to the flight deck, where it is a beautiful, beautiful, overcast, cloudy, blue skies over the other side of the pond. We are now above Shannon, inbound to Rotov, which is about 287 miles away, at due in 7:10, but obviously thereafter we then have top of descent 4 minutes later, so we need to start thinking about our arrival, our star, everything like that to get into Edinburgh. So let's go ahead and we will take a look at the weather. Obviously I was looking at them throughout the cruise, and just into Shanwick Airspace, seeing what we're looking at, but I don't think really much has changed. 0620, that was an hour ago, so it's a bit old. 0604, so 700 statute miles. We Prestwick's overcast at 2200, and Birmingham is a bit windy with a bit of a directional wind. That's fine. So we're looking at 06 into Edinburgh this morning. So let's pull up Navigraph, we'll pull up Edinburgh, we will pull up the Tussle 1 Echo. So we're coming in via Tussle 1 Echo, flight level 170 for Tussle, and then we're going to go direct to Tala. We're not going to worry about Tartan, we'll just have Tala with, and then we'll have the vectoring to the ILS room for runway 06. Which is going to be like, not that one, we're not looking for the NDV, we're looking for the ILS. So this is it. So we're going to come in via Tala and head in the 321 all the way to Tala at 21 DME, make a right hand turn, probably about 0800090 to establish on the ILS runway 06. At 4,000 feet, we'll probably be a bit lower than that, probably about 3,000, which they would normally establish it anyway. And we've got a radio of and a barrel of 210 for today. Don't know what stand we're getting yet. We've not had telex come through from VATSIM UK, so we're still pending on stand when we get into the airport. But I feel like we'll be over here on the main terminal on the western side of the airfield. So probably either from 1 to 14, or we'll be on the remote stands over here. So it's going to be kind of fun to see where they're going to put us on that one. So let's go ahead, let's go make sure the tussle's in, make sure the restrictions in, and everything else. We've also got a speed restriction at Tala as well, so perfect. So let's come down into the FMC. So we've already got ILS runway 06, Tussle 1 Echo via Tala already in here. So we've got Tussle 170 restriction, Tala 210 restriction. Why you want 210 there over the 250? I guess that may just be due to this bend. Okay. So we'll keep that in, and then we will just follow her all the way in and all the way down. Perfect. So with that, we'll go here. We've got 210 into here, and we'll put some numbers in here just now. So we have 06084 in Edinburgh. Temperature is 13 degrees, and then we've got 1028, since we're now into QNH rather than altimeters for today. Transition altitude is 065. It is on here, it's assigned by ATC, so transition level is about 70. So we'll do 75. How about that? We'll go 1,000 feet above. We will do a full flaps, and we'll have low auto brakes as well, so it should be good there. Now that we've confirmed that we're landing runway 06, we can come in here, fill that all in, and we can put some arcs round as well. So we have Edinburgh, which we can just put in Edinburgh's ICAO, which is easy enough to do. But then we want a uniform whiskey, to be honest, if anything. So uniform whiskey 25, Edinburgh runway 06, and then we'll do Edinburgh runway 06. Perfect. So we're all good to go in there. 288 miles until TD, and everything is looking good. What time are we estimating to get onto the ILS set? So Charlie India 06 0736. I'll just make sure all these come green for GPSing. Perfect. Everything is up. And we're doing it 0741, 0741, 420 miles left. Lovely. Well, we are not that far at all. We surely are not that far. Turn on the landing systems and everything else. We'll just do a quick check down here. Engines are okay. Bleeds are all in operation. Pressure is good. Helix and batteries are fine. Hydraulics are good. Fuel perfectly fine and evenly distributed. Still a little bit less on the left hand tank over the right, but that's fine. Aircon is fine, and wheels are fine as well, so we're all good there. Beautiful. Oh, actually, what type of runway is this going to be? We've got fog in the vicinity as well, so that's something to keep an eye on. But this might lift by the time we do another meta request, so we'll chill out. We've got about 53 minutes until TD, so I'm going to put you into back into some music, back into some cruise cinematics, and I will speak to you guys again very, very soon. And with top of descent coming in about 50 nautical miles before we start descending here into Edinburgh, let's go grab a up-to-date weather report for our QNH and all that stuff. So let's go and do that and get latest winds and stuff like that. So 0605, it's only increased by 1. Oh. So 0605, bearing between 040 and 110, 5 statute miles, overcast at 100 feet, 14 degrees, and 1028 still. Beautiful, beautiful. So initial descent's going to be 170. We can now put away the captain's side as well. And top of descent. So we've got thrust idle, descent, alt blue, flight level 170 blue. And after a total of 5 hours and 46 minutes, we can now begin our descent into Edinburgh. So we've got some cloud layer below us. TATS minus 21, minus 47. So we're all good there. What we will do is, because we don't actually know, there's nothing on the ND for any precipitation or any ice, but because that TAT is dropping, we're going to go ahead and throw on the anti-ice for just now, just as we go through it. We've got a company message as well, which is going to be VATSIM Telex, which is good. So you're being provided stand 16 Alpha. Beautiful. We might change that actually, because I don't think they would park on that side of the stands. Actually, they could, actually. But I feel like they would park over here. So let's see where the real life one landed. From yesterday, because the real life one is still currently flying just now with us at the time of us recording this. So the real life one yesterday parked on stand 9. So we'll do that as well. So we'll go to stand 9 as well with it, just to be on coincidence with it. So we'll be stand 9 into there, and then once we land and vacate the runway and be at a certain ground speed, GSX will then kick in automatically without us having to do a single thing, which comes in real handy. So we're TAT -4, -31 on the SAT, and ISA's +6. Beautiful. Sending quite nicely here into Edinburgh. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and switch the seatbelt signs on as well, get them on nice and early, and we'll also do our QNH up here as well. So we are 1028. And then 1028 down here. Beautiful. Let's go have a look at the checklist. I think we've got a checklist as well to do. It's just the approach. So approach checklist to the line. So approach brief is we're on the Tunzel 1 Echo arrival ILS runway 06 into Edinburgh. We've got a barrel of 210 for today. We'll descend down to initially 170, and then we'll descend all the way down to 3,000 feet to establish runway 06. In the event of a go-around here into Edinburgh, we are going to climb runway heading straight ahead of 059 up to 3,000 feet, and then we'll expect radar vectors back round to try again runway 06. EFOB is checked, 6.8 on arrival, 4.4 to get to Prestwick if need. We've got 2.2, which could give us 30 minutes of holding if we need it as well, in terms of weather and visibility into Edinburgh as well, because we've got low vis with fog, so plenty of fuel on board. Minimums is 210, ILS runway 06, and ECAM status is checked. So that is the approach checklist to the line is complete. Right, so Tunzel's done for 170 restriction, so we'll continue her down to 80. So we've got Alt Magenta, flight level 170 until we pass Tunzel. Speed Alt Constraint Star. Thrust idle descent Alt Blue, flight level 80 blue. Speed. How are we doing down here? 8,500 feet below. What does it want us at tower? I know that we're going down to 80, but is it then? There is no altitude restriction at tower, it's just a speed constraint. Okay. 60 for 11 DME at tower. Okay, so we can put that one in instead, actually. So do 6,000 for the 11 miles runway 06. Okay. We are cloud surfing. How are we doing on the tap? +12, so that can all come off now. No longer need any of the anti-ice now. Oh, we're picking up weather below us now. Lovely, we've got precipitation. Oh, actually we've got weather everywhere. Oh, even more fun. Is it forecasting to rain down here? No, it's not. It's just because it's got green towards the aerodrome, which is precipitation, which is rain and moisture, but it's not raining in the vicinity of the airport, so kind of an interesting one. Right, how are we doing for our altitude? 3,000 feet below. We are catching it though, which is a good thing. And it goes 5,000, 4,000, all the way around. And then we'll probably out and grab it at 4, but we might go down to 3, like all the way down to 3, just so we don't have to cause ourselves to go around here. Right, so we're 22 miles away from Tala, speed's dropping to below 250 because we're 1,100 feet away from 10,000, so it's bringing the speed back a lot earlier than normal, which is fine. Oh, we've got a Ryanair UK coming into Edinburgh by the looks of that as well, thrust idle. He is 1,000 feet above and still descending. Okay, so we're going to have to keep an eye on him. Our first piece of traffic on our ND on this entire flight. We had a breeze coming across the Atlantic, we had a breeze going across Gander and Shanwick, and then obviously no traffic in Shannon. But we come to the UK and it's, lo and behold, it's all here. Right, so he's 1,400 feet below us now, right, so he's rapidly descending. Right, there's 10,000, so landing lights can come on now. I'm going to pull the speed and wind it back to 210. Because we're going to be 210 for Tala. We'll wind that back as well, just to get us on profile a little bit more. Just so we can slow down, so we don't have to cause ourselves to go around and be too quick for him. can also arm the approach phase, which is good. Oh, where's he going? Okay, he may not be a factor for us then, right now. Oh, breaking below that cloud layer, nice. Nice, 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 nice. Let's try and get a nice picture, shall we? Beautiful. Right, back into the flight deck we go. Right. And we're flashing standards, so we will push once, twice, and 3 times. We are passing 7,240. Beautiful. I think then down to 6,000. Just 700 feet a minute, so. And then we'll do the approach checklist below the line. So approach checklist below the line. Altimeters are 1028. Set and cross check 3 times. Seatbelt signs are on. Approach checklist is below the line is complete. Right, bleed off that rate of descent as well. Do not question what that Ryanair UK is doing. He's just doing circles right now. So that's fine. Right, well, we'll go speed check flaps 1. So we don't continue riding that green dot out. And we'll keep descent coming in as well, so we'll go all the way down to 4,000. 700 feet a minute. Delta 3320. 5000. Yeah, we'll be fine. Good. And just to confirm that we've got no speed constraints here on this turn. No. Okay. So it's free speed. Beautiful. Right, we'll go ahead and arm approach phase with AP1 2, so I've got Cat 3 dual, autopilot 1 and 2, glide slope blue, localizer blue. Start dialing this back to 180 now. We'll go speed check flaps to Alt. Lock star. Glide slope star. us back now to 160.
2500.
Checked. Set that to 3000. And we'll go gear down, speed check, flaps 3. Checked. Cannot see a thing. Can't even see the runway yet. Alright, 5 miles. We'll go ahead and we'll bang that, and then we'll go speed check, flaps full. Don't know why they're doing that, but that's fine. Pilot stress. Turn that off. No idea why that's going off. Oh, we've got this weird bug now. No. There we go. Perfect. Right. We have full visual. Alright. And landing checklist. Auto throttle is off, speed is main, and ECAM memo, land no blue. Checked.
400. 300. 200. 100 above. 100 minimum.
Continue.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, retard, 10, 5.
You really nailed the flare.
Reversers. Ground spoilers. Decel. Fix it. And we'll roll her to the end.
Brake. Max braking. Max braking.
That's
Set
fine.
max reverse. Max braking. Set max reverse.
Fine. Because we're rolling to the end. disarm the ground spoilers and we can restrict flaps. Welcome to Edinburgh. Where the local time is 9:45 in the morning. Right, so let's get this APU on. And we can do a bit of a cleanup. Standby. And then we can do the after landing checklist, which is done silently. Just making sure that GSX has done its thing in terms of the MCDU. Yeah, that was pretty nice. Pretty nice. Cannot tell what's real VATSIM traffic and what's not. Have we got an EasyJet on our stand that we need to vacate by chance? Possibly. Yes, we did. I have now just cleared it. And we've had 3 minutes on the cooling. Perfect. Right, standing as identified. Got no GSX by the looks of it. Let's see if I can grab them real quick. Maybe not. We'll stop right there. Perfect. Right, brakes are set. APU is available. Blade can come on. 1 and 2. See what signs are there. I'm going to clear that and then we'll do it from here. I'm going to put myself down. And then we'll see who we're going to get in terms of ground handling. And beacon light off. Beautiful. Chocks are on. and we will do request open front left. I mean, there we go. Perfect. Who are we getting? Who's our ground catering for today? Swiss. So SWZ. And we can send that across, and then we can then do the parking checklist. So parking checklist. So fuel pumps are off, external lights are set as required, seatbelt signs are off, engine 1 and 2 is off, and parking brake is set with the chocks. We have no rain, which is fine, and everything else is good. So after a lovely 6 hours and 35 minutes from stand to stand, and 6 hours 15, we have now fully arrived into Edinburgh, which was really, really nice. So yeah, hopefully you guys all enjoyed that. I sure did. But yeah, if you did, be sure to drop a sub, drop a like, drop a comment, let us know your flights, any flight ideas that you have that I can add to my list. And yeah, you'll definitely be flying us back at one point, back to JFK. So be on the lookout for that, whether it will be on the channel as a video, or you never know, we might do it live. But yeah, hopefully you guys all enjoyed. I'll see you in the next ones, and I'll see you guys in the friendly and various skies very, very soon. Until then, good night.